What's up? And it's another Sunday. Football is back. And not only that, the Ryder Cup. You see what my hat says? Please, no bogeys. Obviously, we talking about the PGA Tour. A lot of these guys don't make bogeys. But in case you didn't know what's going on this weekend, it's the Ryder Cup. Every 2 years, the Ryder Cup is a team event where the 12 best players from United States and the 12 best players from the Europe go against each other. It's a point type of, scenario format where it's match play. And then, of course, you have to play to your best of your ability for your team. All right. So that's a big thing that's going on right here. Yeah, right here in Long Island. So Bethpage, the black course. I mean, I played the green and the red, but the black I've only caddied. I've never played it before, so I can't really relate. But it's a tough course, as it says on the sign before you step through to the first tee. So we got that going on today. Obviously, another week of the NFL is back, man. I mean, where are we in? Week 4 now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, week 4. A lot of good games, a lot of bad games, a lot of 0-3 teams, and a few 3-0 teams. But as we always do, let's get to the headlines. And the headlines this week is Micah Parsons. He's returning to Dallas, the team that traded him. Oh, and by the way, just in case you didn't know, Saucy, his hair, you can follow me on Instagram, and also some call me Steph, some call me Saucy, in case you didn't know that. But now you know. See, now you know that. And, it's like a guy like that who was such a force on defense and pretty much is a star player, because we all know what star players means to each team, especially in the NFL. And then just to trade the guy away like that for, some first round picks in the future and a D tackle and Kenny Clark. It's just, I don't know if it's disrespectful at this point, because business is business at the end of the day. Dallas obviously feels like you're going to benefit maybe in the long run, find another gem in the first round pick that could become a star. But then what? You're going to trade them away too because you don't want to pay? So I don't get these teams and who they decide who they're going to pay and not pay. Micah Parsons is a star. Why just get rid of him like that? I didn't understand that. And also this week, like I said, a lot of 0-3 teams. The Steelers, they're playing in Dublin, Ireland right now, and as far as I'm concerned, Pittsburgh won 24-21 is the final score, as I see right here on my screen. All right, so this is what we do. We like to get into the big games, and we'll start with the 1 o'clock games, because we got to go with my 1 o'clock games. It's a pretty quick rundown of what we got to see so far. And obviously, too, we're going to get to the golf. Like I said, it's Ryder Cup weekend, baby. So here we go. Jaden Daniels, obviously, I talked about him in my headlines last week. He wasn't playing, last week. As far as I'm concerned, he is inactive again with the knee. That's the status I've got with you right now. So that makes a difference. Now, I know the Raiders played against the Commanders last week, and Marcus Mariota just put a whomp on those guys. Atlanta is home. I mean, last week, I don't know what happened, guys. I went for Atlanta to beat Carolina, and turns out to be they lost 30-0. How did they do that? I don't know what the hell happened. Was it a bad flight to Carolina? It's not too far away, but 0 points. I mean, you're not a bad team, so I don't understand that. I mean, every dog has his day, as they say, but 30-0, embarrassing. So here we go. Atlanta's home. They're 1-2. The Commanders are 2-1, and Atlanta has a 2.5 spread. I think on a day like today, as you can see, Jaden Daniels not playing, and also star wide receiver Terry McLaurin is not playing. I'm going to say last week was just a blip for Atlanta. Just put that in the rear view, because that can't happen again if you want to win this division. And right now, you're currently sitting at the bottom of the division with 1-2. And you lost both of your division games so far this year. But I think with a team like Washington, I think this is a great matchup. I think Atlanta bounces back. They use the run game, using Bijan Robinson. And we'll take it from there, because Atlanta, they just really disappointed me last week with my picks You know I like how I like to get accurate with my picks, man. And for them to fuck me up like that really kind of tore me apart. So let's go with a score of a low one. I think 21-20 is a good score for Atlanta to go over the Washington Commanders. Now, if we continue with the 1 o'clock games, we'll go a little further down. We got the Saints and the Bills. Wow, another 0-3 team. Like I said, that's one of the headlines. A lot of 0-3 teams this week. The Bills are home. It's a 1 o'clock game. And Buffalo is going against a non-conference opponent. And like they said, the Bills have a 13-game home winning streak. I think it continues to a 14-game home winning streak. And look at the spread right here. 15.5. 15.5, they got Buffalo winning this game. And an 80.1% matchup predictor. I'm not even going to get too much into the analytics of this game. But I think the Bills take care of business at home with the score of 31-10. 31-10. I'm not seeing too much from the New Orleans Saints. They've been giving up a lot of yards on defense. The offense just wasn't quite there. I mean, Buffalo is a great defensive team too. Let's not forget that. Even with their injuries in Ed Oliver and Matt Milano, they still will come up big. I like Josh Allen to just really run up the scoreboard today. Like I said, 31 points to 10 is what I'm going with. All right, here goes another team that I didn't expect to have a great game last week, but they did. The Panthers. They're on the road. They're a 5.5 underdog to the New England Patriots. And once again, New England, they showed me a lot last week. I didn't think they were going to, play as well as they did, but too many turnovers. I mean, you get down in the red zone, you have all those turnovers against a great Steelers team. You can't do that. The offense hasn't been too well. They have the advantage, though, New England, this week. I think their offense has to get better. Drake May has to get Stephon Diggs involved. I mean, look, he's not even their leading receiver right now. And we're in the 4th week of the NFL season, so something's got to give with this game. I will take New England to win this game. I think they bounced back from last week, but it's not going to be an easy one because Carolina showed me something last week at home against the Falcons. So let's go with a pretty reasonable score for this game. I think it comes down to who's going to have the ball in the hand. I'll take Drake May over Carolina right now, and I like a score of 24-20. Man, this stuff takes a while, but let's just continue because we don't stop there. The Browns. Wow, this is another team I disrespected. I disrespected them. But I did mention how they were the number 1 defense through 3 weeks. That I mentioned that. But for them to really put the Packers on the brink, each and every possession was so key, man. And they held that game to a very low score. I was so shocked by that. I mean, I thought this was going to be a 10-9 game, but Cleveland, man, their special teams came up big. Oh, man, with a blocked field goal, and they came back and completely won this game, as a shocker, I guess, to the league last week. I mean, if you got faith in the dog pound, you should have faith, I guess, this week too. Although they're going against a great Detroit team, but I don't think they'll lay down this week. I mean, I know Detroit's offense is a lot to handle with, but I definitely got to go with Detroit in this one. Let's do this because right now, as far as I'm concerned, the Lions are the second best team in the NFL. After what I seen last week against the Baltimore Ravens, how they handled them on the rushing side of the ball, over 200 yards rushing. I mean, one guy alone David Montgomery had alone over 150 yards rushing. So, look, listen to me, man. Detroit is a scary team. Look, I said last week they were going to win this game. And surprisingly not, they did win the game by close to my score. I think it was 37 points I think they put up last week. And Baltimore had, I think, 28. So I was close, but I had them winning. So this is going to be a great game. But Detroit's offense is too much to handle. The trickery, the 2 running backs. Cleveland, they're going to hold up, I think, on the rushing side. But on the defensive side of the ball, going through the air, I think Jared Goff will have a good day today. I like them winning this game for a score of 27-17. I like that. Let's go, baby. Let's move down the line. All right. So I did that. Eagles, Bucks. Wow, 2 unbeaten teams. But the story this week for the Bucks: no Mike Evans, still no Chris Godwin too, I believe. Let me see if he's available today. Let's see. Yep, no Mike Evans today. Well, I'm not seeing Chris Godwin on the injury report. He might be back too, so that could be key. But this is gonna be a battle, man, on the defensive side of the ball for the Bucks. If they can hold Jalen Hurts and just give the ball to Saquon Barkley, I think that's what it's going to come down to, the rushing attack of this game. Because Saquon Barkley, he's a dual threat. He could pass. I mean, he could run. He can catch. But Tampa Bay is home, and they always give a lot of trouble to the Philadelphia Eagles. I think the Eagles, on the road, they have them favored by 3.5. I like it, but I don't. So what I'm going to do is go for Tampa Bay because the Eagles almost lost last week, and I had them losing. But, of course, the script changes, and all of a sudden the Rams give up all them points. I mean, how is that possible? They were up over 17 points at one point, and the Eagles just came back. It's like someone whispered in someone's ear and said, hey, look, let's go. But, like, come on, man. This right here, that pissed me off last week, man. That messed up my game picks. I was 500 last week. The first week I did great. Second week, obviously you know what happened to me. Third week I went 500. Nah, can't happen again. So look, I will say that the Philadelphia Eagles lose this game. They're gonna lose this game. I like Tampa Bay, even though they're out without Mike Evans. I think, you know, Baker and the Bucks, they're gonna have a good game from Bucky Irvin. I like this guy, Emeka Ibuka, the rookie. I mean, he's a rookie, but he's gonna take a lot of the load off for Mike Evans. So I like this score to be close. Like they said, 3.5. It's gonna be a close game. I like 3 points. And Tampa Bay at home, I'd say 27-24. Yeah, let's go. Why does this always take so long? Come on, ESPN. Oh, here goes another bad game. Like I said, a lot of bad games this week. And here's a second one. With the Tennessee Titans and the Houston Texans. Houston is favored at home. I mean, you got to win a game at some point. This is a division game, and this is a really bad division so far. The only team that's looking good right now is the Colts. But 2-0-3 teams. I mean, what happened to the Texans? And you know what the Texans remind me of? They remind me of, guess who? My Giants, right? The first season, C.J. Stroud has a great year. They go to the playoffs. They win that first game against Cleveland, a blowout game. Second year, he had a slump. They just got into the playoffs. They won that division, and then they lose. They win again against the Chargers. But this year, just totally a regress, man. And if I'm D'Amico Ryans, his job is on the line. I mean, you can't start the season 0-4 against the Tennessee Titans. Yo, this right here is a toss-up because it can go either way with either team. They're just both bad. They can't score. The Titans this year, they just a lot of penalties. Coaching just has not been good. Cam Ward, I get it, he is a rookie. I'm gonna give him some slack. This is an away game for Houston. I would be shocked, to say the least, that Houston loses this game. I'm gonna go with the home team. Someone's got to be bad and even badder. Well, let's just say the Tennessee Titans are just that bad. So I'll go with Houston with this game. Obviously, they're 0-3, backs against the wall. They have to come up with something. It's going to be, I think, actually a lot of points, I think, this game, because both defenses, could slack up a bit because of the point spread. because it's 7.5. It's over under 39.5. So wow, they actually got it a low scoring game. Excuse me, but I will say Houston pulls out with the win, 15-12. That's how I think bad it's gonna be. I think 15-12 is a good score for this game. Let's go. We got a few more matches, and then we'll get to the Ryder Cup. Okay. Now, that concludes the 1 o'clock games. Here goes another game this week, man. Indianapolis against the Rams. I mean, Daniel Jones, who is this guy? Did he just drop out of the sky somewhere and just says, I'm going to be this type of quarterback? Or was it the environment he was in? Because if I'm concerned right now with the Giants, is you clearly lost two good and great players. Saquon Barkley is a great player. Daniel Jones is a good player that's looking great. So if I'm the Giants, I'm pretty concerned right now. We are 0-3. Indianapolis is 3-0. Do you see the domino effect of what just happened in 1 year? Daniel Jones gets a buyout from the Giants. He signs with Minnesota at the end of last year. Then now he gets the starting job, which we didn't think could happen, over Anthony Richardson in Indianapolis. And now he's 3-0 and the best team in this division. And he's going against my Rams. My Rams screwed me last week. I get it. Special teams is a big deal. But you can't lose that game being up so many points, especially in the fourth quarter. I mean, that right there was just embarrassing. I do think they bounce back. They're at home. They played great defense last week until the fourth quarter. 3.5. The over-under is 48.5. So they got a lot of points with this game. I think rightfully so. I think so, too, as well. I think Daniel Jones, he showed me a lot so far this year. He's not turning over the ball. He's rushing for touchdowns. He's passing for touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor has been a beast so far. But the Rams, they find a way to play great on offense. I'm going to go with the Rams this game, 31-28. I like that score, 31-28. All right, we're getting there. We are at the 4 o'clock games. And let's continue. Jags and 49ers. Brock Purdy is back. 3-0 San Francisco. I had Arizona thinking they were going to beat San Francisco. But look, the offense is terrible on Arizona. And they lost last Thursday to Seattle. So look, the 49ers, I think they're going to have a tough test this week against Jacksonville. Jacksonville held Houston to, 10 points last week. And, they're on the road. Brock Purdy is back in. But I like the story so far for San Francisco. They lost Joey Bosa. I mean, that's big on the defensive end side of the ball. Trevor Lawrence still hasn't shown me anything yet to make him a top 10. I said it. I don't think he's a top 10 QB. We got the over under 45.5. And San Francisco's a favorite to win this game. I like that. I think the defense is back now for San Fran with Robert Saleh. Kudos to the Jets for letting him go after they called him the nice guy, and they pretty much stepped all over him. Last year was just abysmal for the Jets. I mean, they just stepped right all over Robert Saleh until the point he got fired after the 4th game of the season. So, look, San Francisco's back. I think they're going to continue that undefeated story. I don't think it's going to be a field goal game, but I do like 27-14 in favor of the home team. So 27-14 in favor of San Francisco. And as we make our down the line, let's continue to keep moving. As you can see, the games are starting right now on my screen. Ravens and Chiefs. Wow, this right here, this is going to be interesting. I mean, the Chiefs, they got Xavier Worthy back. Still no Rashee Rice. But their defense for the Ravens, they're just giving up so many yards, so many points. I mean, they played a great team in Detroit. Usually Lamar plays good against the NFC, but he didn't last week. There's just too much to handle. Obviously, the injury report. Nnamdi Madubuike still out. He's on IR. Kyle Van Noy's questionable. I need the Ravens to show me something. They've lost to Patrick Mahomes the last 2 times they faced him. AFC Championship and then the opening night. It was a close game on opening night. But right now, right now, it's you got to beat a good team, Baltimore. You have to beat a good team. This is the first test. Patrick Mahomes and their offense is terrible right now. I mean, this is not the Chiefs of old. They can barely score. They put up 22 points against my Giants. I mean, the Giants did what they could on defense, but obviously the offense was abysmal last week. So right now, man, I think Baltimore gets in this game and wins it. I don't see them going down. I think their offense is going to overpower the Chiefs' defense today. It's a 4 o'clock game. It's probably the biggest game right now for the afternoon slot. I got the Ravens winning this game, but it's not going to be a blowout as you think it would because the Chiefs' defense they're very disciplined. But I like the score of 26-24. I like that score, 26-24. In another rematch. You got to beat Patrick at one point, Lamar. So I think today's the day. He has to beat him today. And we're almost finished with the 4 o'clock games, but let's continue to move down as we get to another pretty, decent game, but it's not too exciting. Chicago, they showed me something last week. I went for Dallas last week, but this week they're going against the Raiders. The Raiders just looking bad as well. I mean, they gave up a lot of points to a backup QB last week. Imagine what they'll do with the Bears. And this offense looked really good last week against Dallas. They couldn't stop them. So I like this game. I like this game for Chicago. I like Chicago winning this game. I think they win big too. I really like what I saw from Caleb. I think they put up 28 points today. Let's do it, Chicago. You have to win. You have to win a game, especially on the road this week. And I like the chances against the Vegas Raiders because the Vegas Raiders, they're just not what we all thought they were with the new head coach, Geno Smith. Ashton Genty still hasn't come to life. What's his stats? 47 carries for 144 yards. Yeah. And I think Chicago's defense, too, is going to be a problem. I think they're gonna go in there with a very stout defense and really play tough. I like a score of 20-14 in favor of the Bears. As we continue down, because obviously you see these games going on, and I want to give my predictions. And here we go. Biggest game of the night and probably the week. I said it in the beginning of the show. The headline is Micah Parson returns to Dallas, as he rightfully does. And the star is no longer on his helmet, but he should have a big game. Let's just be honest. Dallas, they got CeeDee Lamb on IR. They got rid of him. Look, man, this got to be a coming out party for Micah Parsons. Pause. But you get what I'm saying. Show Dallas what they messed up by trading you away. You got the bag now. You got the leadership. You got everything you can ever ask for. And now this is the game where I don't think he's going to be looking for revenge. But I do think what I've seen out of Green Bay the past 3 weeks, their defense is on point. They're legit. They're a top 5 defense. And let's be honest, going against Dallas tonight, it's going to be a hostile environment. There's going to probably be more yays than boos, I think, honestly, because it's not Micah Parsons' fault. He wanted to be a Cowboy. So, Jerry Jones, this is your fault. Now, if he goes back there, gets 2 sacks, a forced fumble, and that really is a turning point in the game, then you'll see why. And, unfortunately, Dallas is going to lose, I think, big tonight. I like Green Bay to put up 31 points and Dallas to only put up 20. So 31-20, I like. And for Monday's game, another bad game coming up Monday night. And it's the Jets and Dolphins. 2 0-3 teams. One represents New York and one represents Miami, which I used to live in too, by the way. Shout out to Florida. But this game right here, if you're the Jets, being that you came back all the way in that fourth quarter against the Bucs to lose by a field goal after blocking a field goal, You got back Justin Fields, but I don't think Fields is the QB for the future. Do I think they'll get away and win this game? Yes. Tua, bad game for him last week towards the end against the Bills. But somebody's got to win, and I take the Jets in this game. And right now, which is crazy, they don't even have a favorite for this game yet because it's so far away. We got another 24 hours until this game kicks off. Obviously another day until this game kicks off. Let's just say that. And right now, the Dolphins, they're just abysmal. They just look bad. I mean, they're just not a good team, obviously, and the Jets, they need a win. They can't start the season out 0-4 with their new head coach. That's just a bad look, man, for this team that talks so much during the offseason, how this is just a new regime. This is not the same old Jets. I mean, all that bullshit, that yada yada stuff. Win a game. Prove us wrong, all right? So, look, this is the game because Miami's not a good team. The Jets can squeak out this game, and I think they put up 24 points against the Miami Dolphins, 24-17. And to finish up one more game, this game too should be really interesting. But it's a good game to talk about. Let's get to this one. We have Bengals and Broncos. I mean, Cincinnati, they're in desperate need right now for something to click on offense after we've seen how bad they look, man, against Minnesota. That was just horrific. Jake Brown, and I don't know what he was doing. But obviously Minnesota's a great defense, but still, 10 points? They took their hearts after the first half. I mean, they picked the ball off, scored a touchdown. They fumbled the ball, scored a touchdown. And nothing was just going their way. Do I think this is a bounce-back game? No, because I think Denver obviously is the better team, I think, on both sides of the ball. Cincinnati gave up all those points. Obviously, 2 defensive touchdowns. But, man, something's got to give because the Bengals, they're going to be on the bottom of the division if they don't find some continuity, something better. You got Jamar Chase, who had a quiet game last week. T. Higgins had a quiet game. They're going to have some big games tomorrow night. But I do like Denver to win this game with their stout defense. You see how I'm saying stout because their defense is legit. I think they ran into the Chargers last week, who has great momentum. And I think this is a different year for L.A. They got my Giants today. I'm not going to talk about that game at all because obviously it's bad when I do. So let's go with Denver to win this game 24-20. That's what I like, 24-20 in this game tomorrow night. So that's it for the football. And just quick, man, just Ryder Cup. Let me just get an update. Let's see what's going on. Cam Young, Justin Rose. Justin Rose 1 up through 5. This is the Sunday singles match where there's 12 matches going on. Tommy Fleetwood is up again big with Justin Thomas. Matt Fitzpatrick up big against Bryson DeChambeau. And this is probably the heavyweight match. Rory McIlroy and Scottie Scheffler. Scottie Scheffler, the number 1 ranked player. 0-4 in Ryder Cup matches. I mean, that's pretty bad, man. And all I'm seeing is European. The only one that right now that's going good is Xander Schauffele. He's 1 up through 1. How ironic. But as far as I'm concerned, man, this Ryder Cup, people don't understand how big this makes a difference because you represent your country, you represent your team, but it just has been a beat down from the European players, man, from the 4 balls to the foursomes. I mean, you don't show any heart, any grit. Now, don't get me wrong. It's a lot of pressure on the players to perform very well. But as it stands right now, Europe has 12 points and the United States has 5 points. This is bad. I mean, a Ryder Cup team like the United States has stacked with players. Scottie Scheffler, Justin Thomas. I mean, Sam Burns. He was the number 1 putter on tour this year. And these guys getting beat. Colin Morikawa. I mean, I said this from the beginning. I think that was going to be an ugly matchup with him and Harry English, and they just got beat in both matches badly too. So I think these guys gotta take some. They have to take something away from this when it's all said and done, because you gotta fight better. And these guys are just blatant putts. I mean, only 2 matches that I seen that were pretty good to the very end was J.J. Spawn, Xander Schauffele. Yesterday, that came to the last hole on 18 to win that point. I mean, that was pretty much the best match from yesterday that came down to the wire. And, it's just like Europe, they just look different. As I'm watching them for the full 2 days, I watched over 24 hours of golf in the past 2 days, literally. So I'm telling you, man, this right here, this is not looking good. I don't think the United States pulls through with this. This is bad. And, as far as I'm concerned, looking forward, these guys have to learn how to play together. I think they're so dominant by themselves singly, as they're playing in regular tournaments, that when it comes to a Ryder Cup, which is a team game, they're just not flowing together. There's no continuity. Some guys hit bad shots, and they can't really make up for, making putts. And that's what it comes down to, making putts. And then a lot of European players that I've seen last 2 days, like Tommy Fleetwood, Justin Rose, Rory, John Rahm too. I mean, they just been making putts, man, and hitting great shots. So Europe, unfortunately, is going to win this tournament, and it's going to be a hit in the mouth for the United States team, because they just didn't perform well, and it just wasn't their time. Bryson DeChambeau, he's on the LIV tour, so he didn't really get enough time to, get any continuity with his teammates. So, this is a big stage. Like they said, this is probably one of the biggest tournaments besides, obviously, the 4 majors that you see every year. This right here means a lot. And as you can see, the European players, they want to win this tournament pretty badly, because it's an away tournament too, on the road with this hostile New York crowd. We get riled up. Did you see what happened yesterday too, when Bryson got heated with Tommy Fleetwood and Justin Rose, and then Justin Rose tried to give him a handshake at the end of the round because he told his caddy just to back the fuck up while he was about to putt? Just very rude, man. And he tried to make up for it. I think Bryson didn't take that lightly at all. That's why you seen they was getting up on an argument going up to the next tee. So it's very fiery. It's one of the best golf events, but unfortunately the U.S. is going to be taken down. So I'm out of time. Some call me Steph, some call me Saucy. Until next time, we'll talk more about, some football, and you never know, maybe a car show might be coming up. Stay tuned on Steph M Life playlist, or also some more talk on Bitcoin and my big announcement. I'm going to be announcing real soon. So I'll talk to you next time.